Hello. It's us. We're back. Pingu with a new makeover because like having a copyrighted character cap, but I can't talk today. I'm sorry.
It's
Ah,
all fine.
yes. So yeah, we're back. Part 4, I think.
No.
Is this not part 4?
No?
Shit.
Yes?
Shit. That's fine. Wait, hold on.
Also, hold on.
Let me actually turn this up a little bit. Hold on. Hold on. Audio check. Hold on, doing audio check. Uh, Hold on, I'm muting my mic for a second. I need to check audios.
Yes, hello! This is a mic check. Is audio board? What's going on? Incredible.
Hello, I'm back. Okay. Excuse me, damn.
Nice! Good
Uh.
intro.
Oh fuck! Right. Thank you for reminding that I was not putting stream. Okay, hold on. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hi. I forgot. Hold on. Let me tweet this out, and we're gonna get ready, gamers. I swear I've been doing this for a month. I know what I'm doing.
Truly. He knows what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen.
Objection. Objection. Dun, dun. Oh, is this a spoiler? I feel like this is a spoiler. Ooh, that's fine. Okay. Ooh. Oh shit, I still have digital art as a tag. What the fuck? That's cringe. That should be gone. I already edited it. God damn it. Okay, everything tweeted. Okay. So yeah, from the last time, I think. I don't remember. Uh, yeah, Nico, I think we got kicked out by Mr. Russian Man
We
stuff.
finished the first half of The Boat.
The boat. Okay, we're just going into it. Oh yeah, sadly Vykev couldn't join because like it's late, understandably. It's incredibly late at his time, so I guess I'm doing all the female this time.
That's tough. SS Burunya.
This is Burnya. Ah, fuck. uh, I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that. High pitch, yeah, I'll do high pitch. One sec, one sec.
You could just read them softly or something. You don't have to do high pitch.
Yeah, I guess. I should manage to find some clues to what that speckled band might be. Ah, fuck. I guess I really do need to practice the voices before we start. We. we- we-
Why are you
Fuck it.
so insistent? You don't need to make it high pitched. Just
Uh,
make it soft. You can do it. I believe.
we didn't manage to investigate at all. I'm trying. Sheesh.
No, you got
Uh,
it. You got it.
well, I imagine that we won't be able for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door.
You shall not pass.
He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Huh. Oh, what? Wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh yes, he's completely disappeared. What did he do? Did he get kicked out with it? What the fuck? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. That bastard. Probably underneath another desk or something.
What's that, my good fellow?
Ugh, can't believe it. Oh, okay, where are we supposed to actually go? Hey, big man. Yeah, you think you can move aside? I really wish we'd had a chance to look around in Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Hmm. What? Why you look like that? You want something?
Hmm?
Maybe you want me to throw you out again? Hmm?
Oh, no, definitely not. There's no need for violence, good sir.
Shit. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter. Understand?
Yes, you understand. Yes, thank you. I think I don't need a visual representation of that. Thank you very much for the offer, though. Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. Oh boy, I sure wish Japanese people don't ride this ship as often. Uh, I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san.
It is very weak and coward-like.
Oh man. Oh jeez. Oh gee willikers. Oh fuck. How do I go back to my cabin? Hell, I forgot my navigation abilities. First class number 1. Yes, that's our cabin. Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's. Sorry? Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? What? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. That other L seems to be cut off. That's weird. I thought that was an exclamation point. Anyway, I wonder if Inspector Osanaga has managed to uncover any new clues. Yes, we should probably find them and ask.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus, I forgot.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Mr. Deadman. Okay, finally we can go back.
Do you... What do I... What is this? Okay. I'll...
It's fine. We wing it everything in here.
Welcome to the Wing Attorney.
Wait, this is Brunya. It looks like they're still investigating in here. What a shame. Yes, on that subject. I wonder if Inspector Osanaga is unscathed. What do you mean, unscathed? What happened? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you. Oh, yes, right. But I'm sure he was exaggerating, right? Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know.
I see Ryunosuke is truly a heartless man.
Where's our friend? Oh shit, that's not that I misclicked, Susato-san. I'm sorry. Shut up. Ah, I was rushing. Oh my god, this is a lot of text. Oh, there he is. Oh boy, that doesn't look good.
I look very much dead.
I guess blood ain't only gonna be coming out of your mouth.
Shut up.
You're back.
Inspector! What happened? What happened to you? Your faces.
Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches.
Made by a bear, maybe?
When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fist and then toss me overboard.
What?
But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really.
It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Well, thanks to your efforts, we know a little about the neighboring cabin.
Yes, so I understand.
Oh,
I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was German though.
Ah, that explains it. Shall we compare notes then? We can tell you what we found out.
Yes, let's do it.
Cabin next door.
Yo, I'm so over.
What?
What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door?
Oh, do you know who she is? You know, ballerina, skip from Shanghai. Everyone's really coming from that country, aren't they?
I simp hard for this Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know what that graceful angel?
Okay.
I'm not dying on stream.
Oops, I think I stepped him there.
Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least.
No? How?
Jesus. Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they?
Oops. Now, okay, now I've definitely upset him.
The man is down bad.
Inspector, has your investigation here proved fruitful? I don't know, I think I'm making her sound more giddy than what she is.
It's fine. If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job.
Oh, I see.
Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you.
Oh, what? What is it? Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please. New info. Give. What is this new information you have, Inspector? Give note.
It's this.
What is this?
The Bourigna's medical officer has finished the examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report.
Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report? Kazuma-sama. So, what was the cause of death?
Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report.
His neck was broken?
Yes, it would seem so. There was no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all.
Well, what weapon was used then?
Nothing has been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark.
Oh, I see. All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact in the neck could induce death.
Like an entire wardrobe, Mr. Naruhodo.
Don't you fucking joke about this, Mr. Asanaga. I may be in cuffs, but boy golly gee, these are metal cuffs. Please, you two, don't fight. we don't need another body on the ship. It is a possibility, and no obvious wounds would be left. Kazuma. Bruh.
I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it.
Really? Are you sure? Isn't the captain gonna throw you off this time if you do this?
Yes, it's fine. I trust you. I'm lying, of course. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving the cabin in the first place, would I?
Ah, right. Wow.
Incredible reading acumen.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he?
Yes, he seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have been bored.
Oh, did he say anything at all?
Actually, now you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it.
Wait a minute, is the stream lagging on your end? At least the Discord stream?
No, it's fine.
Okay, okay.
It's shoe polish, was all he said.
Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. Huh.
It was when he was over there, by the piece of broken glass. Do you see?
Oh. Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think?
Ah, yes, that must be it.
But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish?
That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. Perhaps the taste. Don't matter.
I think I should take another check just to be sure.
Hungry, are we, Mr. Naruhodo?
What is it, Sasatsu-san? Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue. Dark tan? Sort of dark brownish red then. Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him. Yeesh. Oh, this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed on the floor? Didn't really do a good job, Sasatsu-san, if his shoe made a mark.
That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring to the back of my head.
Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you. Poor Inspector, you look exhausted.
Oh, no, well. I feel terrible that I failed to protect Ekasogi-san. He was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning.
A heavy head? Oh, that's interesting. Man, it's still throbbing too. The fuck did they put in that chicken, bro?
I can't believe Kazuma did sick burnouts when he died.
Bro, that's a sick drift.
Yo!
Time for this second taste. It really is such a beautiful color, this glass. Looks like whatever it was has broken clean in two. But the other half is nowhere to be seen. And then there's that brick-colored mark. Which is shoe polish, according to that great detective you seem to know all about. I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoes. Maybe, but what I'd like to know is... how can the detective be so sure that it's shoe polish and not something else? Because he's a great detective, of course. That's hardly a reason, is it? Ugh, is that it? Can we do another... So it's clear that these letters were written with ink that was somehow spilt on the floor. And they spelled the Russian word for wardrobe. It does seem to be an ambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo-san, as you were sleeping in there. But to be truly unambiguous, it should have just spelled out my name, don't you think? Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words, or word, in Russian. Which begs the question of who did write it. Oh, the disc. This is where Kazuma. Oh wait, this is where Kazuma spent his final moments writing his diary. 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Looking at his writing here on this page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone. Mere hours ago, Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue in these words, I'm sure of it. I have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san. We will. Definitely, we will. We will. Fuck. It's hard to show excitement on fucking reading shit. It's cringe. At least for me. Hey, Sailor Man, what do you have to say about all this?
Are you saying reading's not exciting? How cringe.
You, where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to the next door cabin to... Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, I mean, Seaman Hasanaga did. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into ball and throw him in cold room. He's gone back to guarding the door. I hope Inspector Hasanaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble in the Monarch account. He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at La Carnival. It's the least we can do. It could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san. Is that it? I don't really see what else we should investigate. Grill. So this ventilator joins to Miss Pavlova's cabin. Yes, that's right. In just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. Speckled band, as he described it. If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it. She seems as baffled as we are. Yes, I wonder if she's telling us everything, though. I'm not sure. I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. It's like she's Russian or something. Duh. Oh. All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin neatly arranged on the shelf. They were all over the place when we looked around, if you remember. Oh yes, you tidied them up, didn't you? You have to look after the ship's property. Unruly behavior in the cabins lead to damage. But it really wasn't me who knocked them over. Well, anyway, I feel much better now that they're neatly lined up. Can't relax when things are untidy. Yeah, rules. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Borneo. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. So by bringing her pet on board, Miss Pavlova has broken the rules. She called it her friend, didn't she? Yes, although we don't know what form this friend takes as yet. I'm almost certain that whatever it is, it's inside the traveling case in her cabin. A friend. There's more to this than it seems, I think. Yeah. That seems to be everything in this room. Yeah, I think it's time to go back out for now.
Oh.
Look, Naruhodo-san. Seaman Stroganoff has gone. Strong enough? The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us. Ugh, all these Russian names are impossible to remember. Tra-la-la? Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing. I think this is Oh yeah.
I. um.
Oh,
How do I hold? Give me a sec.
okay. There's a bit of a music in the background, so you can like harmonize there. She messed with the crime. Oh, why is your chat not showing up on my fucking on my phone? That's cringe. She killed him. Damn.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
This caroling. I know that arc-like voice. Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us. Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate. Definitely. Before that stringy knot crewman comes back. It's Stroganoff, not Stringy Knot.
Jesus Christ! You didn't tell me he sings. Why?
I didn't know. I forgot this part. Listen, man. It's been a hot minute since I've touched this game. Brr. Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Sato-san. Oh, where's she's gone? Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things. There's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can. I suppose you're right, for Kazuma's sake. I don't know, this doesn't seem like it's legal. Not just for Kazuma-sama. What do you mean? Can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there. Really? We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to. Yes, we will. The case. What? It's open. The hell is this? Oh my! Miss Pavlova's case is open. It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there. Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret. Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Borneo. What kind of animal she had in there? More to the point, where the heck is it? Where is it now? Huh. Other big bag. Naruhodo-san, are you there? Sorry? I'm right here, yes. Why? Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe while I wasn't looking. There's no place like home. Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know. Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes. I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. Is it? I meant... Oh, okay, the big bag is not selectable, apparently. What the hell is this? I suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket. Shall we have a little look and see what's been thrown away? Dumpster diving? Let's go. Naruhodo-san. It's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know. Ugh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now. However, those are special circumstances, I think. Exactly, we have no choice. There's hardly anything in here at all. Oh, well, that's a little disappointing. Damn. Where's Quill? So this ventilator connects to Kazuma's cabin next door. Yes, although what a fool shipbuilder. Oh, what a fool of a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room. Ah, Maybe it's so that there's a gas leak next door. The occupant of the cabin would notice and raise the alarm. Or the occupant of both parties would die of gas poisoning. That is a possibility. Anyway, last night Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. But there's one of these next to the bed in Kazuma's cabin too. Yes, it's a bell cord. Can't resist. Must pull. She barely hesitated there. She gave it a good tug too. No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come. We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret, remember? Yeah, where is things? Dude. All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one. Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though. It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. Kazuma's cabin. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase? I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company? Alright then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage. Not everything bad that happens on the ship is because of me, you know. How would I even get in this cabin, Sasata? Hey, I don't know. You went to the bend, maybe? Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here, too. I don't like seeing things in this array.
Perhaps Mr. Naruhodo turned into a snake.
Oh, no. Messing with evidence yet again, Sasato-san. Cringe.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
There are just a few books on the desk. Nothing else to say by the looks of it. Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all. That's true. I wonder what kind of book she likes to read. Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian. Thanks. I think I probably already knew that one. It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhodo-san. Kindly remember that. Ugh. What the heck door? This cabin door has the same sort of bolted latch that a cabin door has. The bolt's drawn across. There's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside. Yes, it's a particularly heavy-duty bolt, isn't it? Is it? Still, I wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it? No, and the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. Wait, did people actually do that? With that type of lock?
Perhaps.
Huh. And it seals up perfectly, too, to stop any seawater coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through a crack around the closed door, either. You seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. What else am I supposed to investigate? There doesn't seem to be anything in here of value. Oh, what? I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor. Yes, it doesn't seem like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately. Do you think there could have been a leak in the roof just above here? What? A leak? Like the thing we eat? Is the ship quite safe? No, Naruhodo-san. Like a whole... I'm sure I'm sure there's... what? I'm sure that even if there's a little leak on the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink. No, you're right. Of course you're right. She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she? Bah. Tea set? It would seem this teapot is empty. So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people. Or because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night, she hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it. You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruhodo-san? What's obstinate?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Is that okay? I guess that's the only thing we haven't investigated. The world of lockpicking is great. Is that a red picture? No. That is what do you call it? The rules. Ah yes, they're displayed in the cabin too. Look, the SS Bornya rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean. I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. She's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine. I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard. Oh, yes, so do I. Am I making Naruto sound too sarcastic at all times?
I think he just sounds done.
Damn. There's nothing else to investigate. What the hell? Is there really nothing else? I don't really see anything of value. Wait, how do I move this? I think that's about it, really. Time to go out. Nothing? What? Did I miss something? Oh. Okay. I think I see what we're supposed to do now.
Oh my god, please.
Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look! Wow, you never know where he's going to turn up next.
Is he just gonna be bent over like almost every time we should see him in game?
I don't know. He's always just doing something wacky, man.
What could
Bonks.
he possibly be looking at? Oh god, anyway.
Oh wait, yeah, that was... Seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. Wait, did...
I'm not saying.
Yeah, it's fine.
God damn it!
Different content, man!
No!
Just try, an attempt.
Oh my god, you fucking...
Do it, do it. Don't worry, man, there's only 3 viewers. No one will know.
I don't...
Okay.
No, fucking...
Okay. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
I'm
Wait.
compelled to do it to the beat, but the beat is out of this world.
Wait, can you not hear it?
I can hear it.
Oh. Or he's simply in extremely high spirits.
But how do I? What does this mean?
I don't know, man. Just try doing it in a singy way, like you're
Hold on,
humming it. Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Okay. Oh wait, you're hearing the music delayed. That's probably not helping.
Fucking. Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when the yard bit off more than it could chew.
Hmm.
And through it all, wonder what was doubt. It's lucky her luck was about. I hate this bit.
Excuse me?
I solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way.
Mr. Sholmes!
Ah! What is it? You want to fight? Hmm? Oh my god! Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climactic finish.
Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is a good time as any.
I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks.
I think you're
I'm
the
ready
one who
to do a detective Dempsey role, you see?
Alright, I get the picture. Now could you put those fists away? I don't remember this in the Sherlock Holmes movie. Oh, wait. Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you.
God, such a peacock.
Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in study of the ship's log as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here.
Oh, yes, the ship's log. Did you find out anything useful from it?
No.
Damn.
Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank.
Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of no happened, so...
You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it.
Sorry?
Your logic, my boy, is inverted.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Observe the other pages, and all should become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in this first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour.
Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes? Nothing to report.
Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report, but when there is just that. And yet...
The ship's log from last night is largely blank. Didn't even write nothing to report. Do you mean...
Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post.
What kind of circumstances? What happened?
That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing not to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Now
that
You speak like a child, Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm doing... Shut up! Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective, for once.
Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sherlock Holmes? What?
Oh,
What?
sorry. I'm trying
Nice,
to press it advance a bit so you don't like feel delayed as much.
No,
Sorry.
it's alright. Anyway, Holmes laughs. I'm not doing it again. I'll do it later. Oh, ouch.
What is it? Are you hurt? Did your fall hurt your little head there, Sholmes?
Oh,
Mister?
don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning. For some reason. Nothing more. Well, my friends. Until our next encounter.
We are on the same ship, Mr. Sholmes. He's still singing to himself. I can hear it.
I don't care, Mr. Naruhodo.
As he wanders off down the passageway. Something wrong, Sasata-san? You seem lost in thought. It's just... well, I feel the same. Sorry? Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too? Ouch, oof, owie, my head, holy. Where are we supposed to go? Holy shit, the log is gone. I thought we were supposed to mentally note of it, not take it. Wait, actually, let's look at that. Bleh. Cool record. Yeah, I think we haven't nothing to report yet. After 2, there's extremely just blank. Piece of small glass, scuff, blah blah blah. Okay. Is there anything in here worth of reporting? No. It's Pavlova's cabin. This could be our chance. What? But wait, I think we could investigate every last inch of that cabin. Wait, is this the same? Certainly do with look on. I'm sure we could learn something. Wait, was that the first thing earlier? Ah, that's fine. Time to go back, I guess. Oh. Ah, what? What's that? Oh. Oh no. Something current political geosphere. Captain? Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel site. Must be Russian.
Why is the captain like brusque American?
Vessel sighted a quarter-mile 4. Full stop, hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. What the? I think we're about to crash into another ship. What? I can't stand. Sato-san, hold on to me. Ah! I don't remember this from the movie. Sato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all? I think I'm fine. Thank you, Daruhara-san. Goodness. Ouch, oof, owie, my other head. It looks like we avoided a collision. I think... Yes, the ship has come to a stop. Oh my goodness, what about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. What? Hello, there's one in there. Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like who?
Who is it?
Inspector
Oh. Nice.
Inspector Osanaga.
Is that you in there? And Naruhodo-san, unbolt the door, quickly!
What? The bolt? Oh. Look at that.
Big iron thing.
The door's bolted. Did you do that to Sato-san? No, I didn't touch it. Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again. It's like we're in a locked room. Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? I'd better tidy this place up first. While emergency stop or show the pressure at least in a very vivid way. But I knew that. Oh wait, this is supposed to be Rinosuke. But I knew that what waited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. Yeah, totally not suspicious at all. Let me just clean up a potential crime scene before letting someone else see it.
Orima, it's fine.
Oh! Well, we're at the third half? Dun 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 bam. Wow. Wait, let me just look at current runtime. 1 hour, almost an hour. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Sato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Oh no, Russians.
You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Oh, Jesus. You both look unhurt. Good.
Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about we were going to collide with another ship.
Sorry, hold on, I'm yawning. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though.
Oh, how did that happen?
There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere. This first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment.
Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside? Ah, you wicked intruder, dressed all in black, you are the devil. Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but that was a first. Damn. Are all Russians this bold? You opened my traveling case, how could you? What? No, we didn't touch it. That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector!
Yes?
Arrest this man. I know he did it. He is a criminal. It is not enough that he has killed a man.
Jesus. Duh, and he is a stowaway as well. If Vixen Palmer's is not to steal chicken, do you believe?
Take him away. He is trespasser as well as everything else.
Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right. You're devil.
But it doesn't look good, does it?
There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we talk in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police.
Wait, a cell? But please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do?
This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options.
Oh, this is terrible. This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately. What am I supposed to do? You speak. Miss Pavlova, can I get out? Listen, I'm sorry that we stuck in here without your permission, but get out now. We just needed to investigate in here to help you understand what happened. Russian. I can't read that. I'm not gonna say some random Russian because racist. It's no use. She's not going to listen. I need to find someone who will. Hosonaga-san?
You got yourself into a difficult situation here. By entering this cabin uninvited, I mean.
Sorry, I was just so desperate to find a clue.
I'm afraid there's really nothing more I can do to help you. If I push my luck any further, a punch to the face would be the least of my worries.
I'm really sorry.
I have to take responsibility for giving you the freedom to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. Now this has happened. I'll have to report to the captain at once.
I really need some help here. I need a savior to rescue me from this crisis. Oh boy, golly gee, isn't there so... Oh, there he is! There he is in our timely need.
What the fuck? What?
Yo, there's a secret switch somewhere here that like makes the vent go dingle dongle, you know.
He's fucking La Creatura.
What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes?
I need a second.
I can't. All right.
Oh man, this is your
Okay.
character.
Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight 8 or 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do now? What? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no.
Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then?
Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bet, and that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce.
I never know whether to take this man seriously or not.
Ah, you again, the great detective?
Ah, Inspector, I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you, who most urgently.
Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than the hook on the wall next time.
What is to report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can and mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night, here on this vessel, the steamship Buranya, has been solved by me, naturally.
Huh? What? Really?
Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds.
Oh boy, it's
Oh
time.
God, please.
Yet again.
No!
Yes!
For I'm about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
Hell yeah. Yes.
Louis, stand up.
Do you really have to stand up?
You've solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all know who's responsible for killing student boy this morning, when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is the stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it.
I didn't do it.
The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin.
Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
Da, locked room, that is point.
The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin.
You're all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all.
What?
Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door.
What other entrance? Would ever discovered one?
Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator man.
The ventilator?
The ventilator.
You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole.
That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks.
You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening. It's not possible.
Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator dome. Bah.
Precisely, my dear madam.
But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin.
Oh. I'm going to punch it. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
I'm going to knock down the case.
But
There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold!
yeah, what the? Oh, snake.
Allow me to introduce you all to the band, the Speckled Band.
A snake?
Indubitably.
Mr. Sholmes, just one thing.
Pray, what troubles you?
Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? Yes, you're right. I think in this case, you'd have to call it the stripe band. Would you?
You both see and observe with distinction, however. Do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall?
Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? How exactly?
I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova?
I'm sorry for a young man who died, but that is all. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me.
There are two conclusions I've drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin.
Ah.
And number two. That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life.
No. He's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Jones must be right. He's hit the nail on the head.
This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi? God.
Muffled. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head.
I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
It's time.
All right. The great deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Intruders, his identity. Conclusion. Miss Pavlova, moments ago, you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that had evidences your inexorable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that had stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which who boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected. Another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent, and we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but it does. You have the nature to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's slaw of skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No.
I don't know what you're talking about. Still depressed sheep, yeah.
Jesus. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which has last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it lost its skin. A snake so dreadful we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India.
But
Conclusion: a beloved speckled snake. Topic 2. How Mr. Sogi died. Jesus. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why?
how are you showing me his image? What is this sorcery?
According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there was no visible signs of injury.
Ah,
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
oh no, could there be?
Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snakebite delivered by your terrifying friend.
This makes no sense.
There is no point in feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt.
You don't...
It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend.
Train?
Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training?
It's not true.
Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its hangs once. And its venom would have coursed through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. And there can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. Conclusion. Death by a venomous snake's bite.
But Mr. Sholmes, you're done.
Thus conclude Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band.
Interest.
My mouth is drier than a desert.
Do you wanna go drink water first?
I shall return, Mr. Naruto.
Okay, we'll wait for Mr. Sholmes to come back. Also, hello, Watcher was here. Yes, I am still depressed. Rocky, what do you mean by wait? Damn, immediately lost 3 people. I'm sorry. I wish I was that sailor. Damn. I think I'll let the story keep going with that snake on his face. Damn, bro. You a fan of constricting? Damn. God, yes, Jesus Christ. Let's try to keep the chat not kinky. Thanks. We've already almost crossed the line yesterday. Wait, hold on. I kind of forgot if where's the game? I'm being a bit of a nerd here, noticing something. Oh boy. Hitsuji. Where's the fucking game? Oh, here it is. If Twitch allows softcore porn hot tubs. I don't like where this is going. Then I am allowed to do this. What? Man, come on, bro. Fine, I'm joking. Yeah, you guys can go ham on chat.
All right.
Okay.
I have returned.
Wow, Mr. Sholmes, you sure? I don't know if it was a good idea making all the watchers wait. They still seem to be shocked after your performance.
It's called living them in bated breath, Mr. Naruhodo. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature.
Incredible! You've solved the mystery! You fucking idiot!
Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. I keep auto-correcting his name to the...
So all you keep saying, I kind of forgot fucking...
My dear man.
Holmes? Yeah, that's his real name. Sherlock Holmes, right? God. I almost forgot what the real name is.
It was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand.
Do they say that?
No.
Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes?
But of course, what's on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly. And with finger snapping.
Oh, well, good. Maybe less of the finger snapping. First of all... snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madam. I don't know what the weird pause was about, but... was that the stream, or was that actually, like...
I don't know. I think that... it played normally for me.
Go.
And reptiles, don't drink milk.
Ah.
It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage our pets to do our bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
Oh, well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Well, can't they? Don't they have like holes on the side of their head? They can technically hear.
We're not doing this.
Well, they can't though, right?
For a later date, Mr. Naruhodo.
But Sholmes, we need to know the science of the snake. Snakes can't hear whistles.
As far as the
Oh.
jury is concerned, Mr. Naruhodo, you're a snake in the grass.
Oh, is that what we call chat? We call them jury? Hell yeah. What do you think, jurors? Do you think snakes can hear? Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling.
I don't like this pose. But madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sound of a flute?
I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements.
Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless.
I just remembered something. My brother showed me something last night. Do you know the no dick, no ball sweep?
No, don't bring that to the stream.
No
man.
hands, boom. No feet, boom.
All right, hold on.
No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless.
Oh. Don't take it on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. It's not their fault evolution was unfair. There is one thing.
You have more?
Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. Is that how that works? Don't they have like incredibly strong spines that make them like bend or something? What?
That is merely a part of the equation, Mr. Naruhodo.
I don't. How do animals work? I never listened in biology.
It would take an animal like you to murder that poor man, Mr. Naruhodo. Anyway.
So I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord that like ones up in the cabins.
No, hold on. No, you can't do that to me. No, wait.
All right. Then it should try harder.
Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snakes had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this.
He's so.
I can't believe the people here thought he was a fucking great detective. Ain't that right, Sasata-sa? I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh no, you don't mean... Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try.
God, he's like a puppy.
Just what I was eating for, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, right. Right. Time to fix your dumbass mistakes again, Mr. Sholmes.
You mean brilliance? So cast your eyes down to your wrists again.
What? What? This is illegal. You've done it again! Your handcuffs are gone! Where
Where did they go?
You guys have eyes too? Oh my god, I can't believe it! I'm not crazy.
Fear not, I'll see they're restored after our work is done.
Don't. I really wish you'd leave them off. Suji has one eye. Damn.
True. Now, everyone, let us begin. Horlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Yeah, featuring me. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. I'm not saying this. Skipping the part. Only new lines will be read on stream. She does have a pain expression on her face. Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind. But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then? Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova. Bah, aching hot? Damn. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there it is. What is this?
Yes.
Ugh. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain.
Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh.
Ugh.
What?
Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Sometime last night, perhaps? When I was about the young man who died, what? When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse.
And it is that very pain that evidences your inexorable link to the victim's death. That's a weird line.
Alright. What you bought? I'm doing this now. I have a birthday. I need to check Tgaac. You're fine. It's the waiting temper we see before us. Seems like the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand. Also, what's wrong? What the heck is with Mr. Sholmes' voice? It's made by his friends of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow. What about the tail, Miss Sato-san? Well then, that snake isn't her pet. What is? That's true identity. What's the true identity of this friend of hers? We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer. But picture. What is this? Oh, that's a cat. Hell yeah. Ah, look at this photograph, Miss Sasato. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. She is exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yes, that's true, but personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. The little kitten. Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Oh wait, I should probably try to match her inflection or whatever.
Fuck. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear.
Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought that animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Ugh. Tarka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Oh, that's Sholmes. Indeed, Mr. Sholmes, right?
Do not steal my lines, Mr. Naruhodo. Darker would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary.
Is it the same? Yeah.
That's it.
Where were we? Oh, okay, no, this is new.
This specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way.
What rank we get prey? What were you seeing the sheriff victim's eyes last night? No. Oh yeah. No, you mean? Yes.
Bro.
But you're going to country now, even behind your back. Yes, that was your trying, but failing to conceal can only be the snake's slot skin.
Jesus.
Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back, which is probably. Why did she do that? She's no longer hiding it. If she just left it in her pocket, oh yeah, I guess so. We had the same reasoning. She just left it in her pocket. No one would ever have known. Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Shon's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something. I thought deduction was especially, or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that the skin of a snake. Well, wait, what? I did not read that properly. In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? What the hell is this? What the hell? That's not... What? Yeah. Well, it is speckled, and it is a band, but... What is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort. And that looks like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently. Oh wait, that was Sasato's line. My bad. How's that a toy for cats? Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them and they pounce to catch it. That sounds positively adorable. Cat toy. Cat toy. Boom. Cat's fetish? Wow. That's kinda... Don't say it like that. Yep, the thing you're trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy.
Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band.
Eh.
And it was this toy that you dangled through with the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it.
But why? For what reason?
My dear boy, there can be the only one answer to that. After a feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return.
Ah.
In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Tgaac.
Yeah.
Bro? God, man. A truly troublesome feline young Tgaac is proving to be. She must be Kate, aged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet at Miss Pavlova.
Oh, okay. We're just taking that, I guess.
Yoink!
Sorry. This precious memory of you and your pet. Let me just use it for a bit. It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. The heck? How? Oh, right, cats are very... Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Darka, she is so naughty. A beloved kid. Solved. Alright, time for the second agenda. What the heck? Why did that take so long? We now come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to data which have been apprised, it would appear that there are no visible signs of injury. In fact, circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by terrible venom. But no, Mr. Sholmes. What Mr. Sholmes says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body. That's right. But Mr. Sholmes needs to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now. Where was it? Postmortem, blah blah blah. There were no, yeah. Yes. Boop. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report.
Ah, yes. I knew it was one or the other.
His neck was...
Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that.
Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know.
I mean, look at him. Anyway, the jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now we would take that as fact. We can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh wait, oh no, could there be? Oh wait, yeah, that's the earlier lines. Yeah, domination of each body will prove the cause exclusively. I was spacing out for a sec, my bad.
It's all good.
Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something, or someone. Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found though. Presumably Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and dealt him a fatal blow. I suppose... it's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it. It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama though. He wasn't a clumsy man. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? He twipped. Yes! Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively.
This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish.
Shoe polish?
Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results, the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish.
And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point of the floor and tripped. Please, no.
And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life.
No! I don't know. I don't know anything about this. It's not really true, Miss Pavlova. What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life?
Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose.
Uh, don't, don't. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? Can't be true. I refuse to accept it. I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened. But... And if this part of Mr. Sholm's deduction is right, Miss Avalova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes on. Where, I wonder? Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Ah! Where the fuck? This is a waste paper. Waste paper. I can't say that word. The fuck. Browse first the cabin. Wait, this so when you started occupying this cabin late night. So only there's not much rubbish. Okay, yeah, this is the one where this same thing when we examined the thing. Oh, what's that? It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it? Yes, it is. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you. Boom. Bonk. That's right. You had the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Oh.
Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact.
Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And, as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no.
So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not?
I don't.
I don't know, in that hushed Russian accent of yours. I won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be, hold on, let me just scoot over the table over there, point picture, and boom. If you look at this photograph, I can't stop laughing at the fucking, what's it, what's the band name?
No, it's
Look at his photograph.
look at this great.
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from darkest collar, the very glass bell in question. Wait, was that Sholmes?
Well,
I hold on. Oh no, yeah, that's yeah.
The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life of last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall.
And the cause of that fateful stumble? Wait, was that just Ryunosuke? Fuck, you're absent.
both of us at the same time. So
I
how do we
thought we practiced like you say the other part and I just say the end part.
Yeah, sure. I'll do the first part. And you
I
just
say Darka,
right?
yeah.
Your absent feline friend.
Darka. That's so good.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo.
Just as rehearsed. I like how like they're trying to discuss. Okay, how are we gonna do this, Mr. Sholmes? They're all just like looking at him and just, what the fuck are these two doing? God. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. Death by tripping over a cat. Solved. Production complete. Elementary. Sheesh.
Shut.
Probably bad time for sheesh. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. Yasunaga-san!
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it.
Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he would be sleeping.
So at that point you thought it safe to try to lure the kitten back again? By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator into the adjoining cabin.
Darka always loved this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy, I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. So the faint whistling sound Casimir wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet.
Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened.
Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... Oh.
What?
I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. Kazuma was...
From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Burya is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without marring. Shut up.
Did you try to am I gonna do the bit or not?
If Mr. Sogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. And what became of the kitten afterwards?
In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock my case. Now she's disappeared again. Oh boy, wonder whose vertebrae is gonna get broken this time.
Oh boy, gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am. Now I shall hang from this coat hanger once more.
Well, he knows something about himself at least. When I woke this morning, I heard that the young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake?
Oh, sorry. You're right. Where is it?
If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it? And where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship?
Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Piroshko. Well, he's a heckin' good boy.
What?
That snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when the emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here.
Yes, how did that snake get in? Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin?
But animals are not permitted on board. Huh. We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so alone without close friend, without someone who understands?
Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better?
But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake. Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Piroshka does not have venom. He is harmless, very long, but very gentle. He is adorable, like
Like babushka, eh?
It's venomous. Yes, now he is hungry, so he's in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile.
And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose?
Ha! Like they say, they milk chickens, ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Piroshko eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses.
Ah, oh, so
I don't think that's the proper plural, but we'll leave it alone.
it's fine, he's Russian. Is that the mousetrap in the passageway out there for?
Of course, how else can I catch my friend's favorite food?
And nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Blah.
It refuses to drink milk, it can't hear a whistle, and it can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous.
How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role?
Is not my fault. I do not make up stories.
My Piroshko has nothing to do with this incident.
Here's Maya eating a cheeseburger. Hell yeah. Wait, and he dead? Hold on. Are we dead? We're still in chat, right? Never mind, we're fine.
We're on the board.
Hell yeah. Hello, Chinene.
What?
The dude's name is Janene. I don't know. Oh, they're gone. Never mind. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. An accident. A cat. A snake that didn't even do anything, I guess. Damn. Why am I going to England again?
You will do it because it must be done.
Miss Pavlova. I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in. I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But
What are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events, an accident.
I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Jones.
I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter.
You were going, what was it? Cockney with the yard? Scotland Yard!
I was instead Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding missions on this matter.
Oh wait,
Bastard.
I think we should have like one character sound like that in Great Britain.
Oh
Oh,
fuck, I've made a mistake. I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction.
what? A distraction? The Naruhodo Yurus was a
I do hope
distraction.
you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable.
Ah, damn it. You bastard.
Bamboozled again! Especially as they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made up our next port call.
You were Mr. Schultz? This whole time?
Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not?
Yes. Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom even.
In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in the cabin really came to be. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Oh, new music?
Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. Jobs.
So then, shall we begin?
Yes.
What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Hold it. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it?
I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been mere an accident.
Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident.
Fuck. Wait, did he die instantaneously? Instant death. Right. Yeah. Then this doesn't make sense. How did he write the wardrobe? Bitch, take that. Oh. The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left his message on the floor.
That script, it's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case.
But maybe he was studying Russian.
What?
Sorry. It is simple language. He could have picked up very fast.
No, it's not!
That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said before. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death.
Ah.
No English? Okay. Which means after the victim fell into the floor, he couldn't have possibly written anything. Because he was already dead. That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there, if what Miss Pavlova told us was true.
What?
So, Sato-san has noticed it too then. Putting the message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that
long-ass
provides
case.
is no accident. What? I actually don't know what they're referring to. This is no accident. Fuck. Is it this one? Because it's the only thing in the room. I'm actually not sure. No. Is that it was no accident? Wait, hold on. Let me read back. Maybe somebody couldn't possibly been there, so let's all this was the truth. Is it this? Yes. Right. Okay. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. Yeah.
But that's the glass belt the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. And it was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. What's the flaw in that logic?
Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw.
What?
If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up in here in this cabin? Oh. Yes, I remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no. Both of these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. Hi, hello. I no idea how to pronounce your name. I'll call you Well Played. That when Mr. Asogi died last night in this cabin, there was someone else in the room. There was someone else in the room. There we go. That's probably better. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth. In order to cover up for his or her own guilt. Yeah. Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's... Oh. Stroganoff?
You're wasting time. Someone else was there? Duh, of course, we know this.
What are you talking about?
Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. Oh, yes. And the only other person in cabin when young student died was you.
Yes, but wait, it's true. I was in the cabin when it happened.
You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise, about the details.
But I didn't know Russian. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I could have left that message.
Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details.
Would you mind?
No. Forgive me, my dear fellow.
As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. and didn't attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep and there for the entire time. And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asogi really died.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yes, well,
It was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely have cast any light onto the floor there.
that sounds bullshit.
Mighty sussy. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny
Oh.
item.
Feel free to clip that one, boys. You all suspect me, don't you? Oh. Oh. Seaman Stroganoff? You clip it? No.
Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on the ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal.
Ah, so that's it, eh?
Oh, his voice is gonna fuck up my throat.
Ah, shit.
You say
I'm
that when young
sorry.
student died, Nina was there in this cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth.
Well, this is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure?
You are a great detective. You should know. Look through thin ice. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Niet, it's impossible.
He's right. But wait, I read this in detective stories. People often tie thread around door latches so they can open and close them from the outside.
Thread, are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors.
Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used.
No. No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruto suggested it earlier, so don't put the blame on me! How could you shoot? No! Don't!
Mighty saucy, Naruhodo-san.
I was theory crafting, Mr. Sholmes.
So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside.
Not necessarily.
What?
I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door. Without laying a finger on it.
Oh.
And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind and having been used before.
I don't believe it.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you?
Way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside? One way does spring to mind, yes. Do you really know? Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, and so should you, because we've seen it happen. Sholmes.
Indeed we have, so would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside.
What the heck am I supposed to present? Point
Figure
out.
it out, Mr.
Oh, the
Naruhodo.
telling signs. All right. Right here. Look at the bookcase there. Everyone, look behind you. Great. See how all the books and things on it have toppled over? That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Blech.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe, yes. It's what's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects. Is there nothing Sasato-san doesn't know? Or is that just... Or that isn't in her book at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door, for example. But it was very obvious just after the emergency stop the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Wait, I just realized, then what if like someone was outside and then the emergency thing happened? How the fuck are they gonna open the door? You know what I mean?
Don't worry about it.
This ship is fucked in design. What the hell? Even people can just like easily get locked out of their cabins if one little emergency thing happens. That's kind of not cool.
Oh, that sounds like Inspector Oshinaga.
Oh yes. That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and blocked the door. Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia, if you want to call it that.
Hold on, there's someone right next to me.
Alrighty. How do you say him? Rainy day last night, Mr. Sogi was killed.
Are you trying to say that last night after Mr. Asogi was killed? Man, I'm dead.
Wow.
The SS Burya made another emergency stop?
When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
What the fuck was that?
I was like waiting for the text scroll to finish, so I was like trying to guess how I was supposed to read the thing. Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I? Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. There. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Asogi's cabin. Oh my. Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova?
Are you out of your mind? You say Burya made emergency stop?
It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside, used to trigger the emergency alarm?
Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there, telling you to only press the button in the times of emergency. I don't know why I'm going British now. What? Help.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around...
We got it, yes! No. We got him on stream! Clip it! Clip the voice crack!
Any clue to raise the alarm.
Hold on. Oh, we got him! You can drink water for a sec if you want.
We don't have any water left.
Oh my god.
I'm running on fumes this whole stream.
What?
Let's go.
Damn.
That's the sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity.
Wait, it was you?
Wait.
Fuck! When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today.
What? Mr. Sholmes. Surely it wasn't you who...
No! Anyway, as I always say, a button has but one purpose, and
the heck?
you're a fucking dickhead.
What?
To be pressed. Whatever the
What did I do?
Are you?
Oh. He sounds almost proud of himself. Wait, so you're telling me he pressed the emergency button twice? Is that what they're implying?
Don't worry about it. It's alright.
Man,
How dare you mess with ship?
he's worse than me.
I report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now.
Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learnt a valuable lesson. The vessel makes an emergency stop. The bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. Such a peacock. So what we must now consider?
Yes, it's all come down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did this ship make an emergency stop, or did it not?
You are idiots. Buria is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop even in middle of night, there will be chaos everywhere.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. But really, what evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Hold on. Fascinating. Do show us,
Jesus
my good man.
Christ.
What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night?
Oh
Why
god.
does this feel longer than last stream?
We've only been at 2 hours, by the way.
2 hours?
Oh,
Oh man, I'm gonna shove an egg in my mouth.
ew. Don't you want to, like, get some form of water to drink first before we continue? We can wait, I guess.
Alright, Mr. Oh.
Alright, jurors, what do you think is the answer? I'll listen to you. Put your answer in chat right now. Press 1, 2. How many evidences are there? 2, 4, 6, 8. 1 to 10. The King stream? What the fuck? Type 1 to 10 in chat right now and what you think the evidence is the answer. Great. Pingu's gone. I guess I need to entertain you guys, right? Hi. How are you guys this evening? I hope y'all have been enjoying our funny voices, I guess.
That was mighty tasty, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, welcome back, Mr. Sholmes. Anyway, presenting the evidence, yes. But we not playing him right, Suji? Wait, what?
What?
Huh? What?
Wait, I'm not getting paid for this?
Wait, what do you mean?
What?
What? We're not paying. Oh shit. Nothing. Move on. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What? Who?
Hmm?
What payment? A seaman Stroganoff. It's your duty to patrol, your duty. It's your duty to patrol first class area of the ship, isn't that right?
Duh, that is correct. Why?
In the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. Duty.
Alright, goodbye, stream.
What?
What are you doing with that? That is mine.
Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop of the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later.
I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always.
Point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clearly that under normal circumstances you write the phrase "nothing to report" every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until the first lights this morning, nothing was recorded at all.
Nothing recorded in the log. That is... Duh, because nothing happened.
But if nothing happened, you would normally write "nothing to report," wouldn't you?
How do I vocalize a gulping noise?
Gulp. I don't know.
Fuck it. Oh.
The fucking just write gulp.
Indeed so.
You
Tells us
don't.
that shortly after 2 a.m. Something happened here aboard the SS Burya.
Exclamation point.
Question mark, exclamation point.
Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill it. Forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Oh my god. Can we get a voice crack counter, chat? Where's the snake? Don't worry about it. It's in the briefcase somewhere.
I'm having to compensate with a special drink.
I see. Wait, are you drinking alcohol?
No,
Damn.
I'm fine.
Okay.
We're on board.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish.
It's Russian water. That's funny. My laugh is a bit cringe.
If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself.
Oh? Why?
Because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, it would be mighty sussy. Surely all of us would have noticed.
That is very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship
Sorry.
lurched so violently and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that even if it happened in the dead of night.
You
Well-
wanna bet? Anyway.
Well, no, that's a good point actually. Shit.
Ellipses? What of the throbbing? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, ma'am. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We all have suffered through it. Well, I hand that over bad. Oh, yes. I have had a headache. You're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn.
Yes. You've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected.
He's right. My head's been throbbing today too. Hey guys, your head's been throbbing. Just walks down the hall. Since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything from what happened. Anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me?
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you?
Oh, well, Yes. Sorry.
The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on?
Well, Cosmo looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals.
So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it.
Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Cosmo wasn't fond of chicken. He was a vegan. Yeah.
I see, so that's why he's dead. Or no, I'm not against vegans in any way, shape, or form. It was a joke. Anyway. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all?
That's right. He didn't touch it. Is that relevant?
Ellipses. My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken?
I do.
No. Really? Is that really true?
The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug?
Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? But Mr. Naruto, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea.
Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What?
Mr. Sholmes.
Well, seaman? I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course.
Wait, they do delivery?
That's not what that means. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade.
Please, no more. I will tell everything. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
These crewmen are your former cameramen, I believe.
Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help. Everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night.
Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point.
You...
Duh, we could not make all drug, how do you say, dissolve?
Ugh.
You just slammed an entire tablet of... What?
Talk about heavy seasoning.
You could have just dissolved it in the basting and just like... Whatever.
At midnight, in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board.
Listen, they're chefs, not druggers.
There's... I'll slap you. Anyway.
She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat.
while all the passengers of the SS Boreas slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effect of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained.
So, if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who dislike chicken, and wait up. Newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. That means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Osmond's cabin door. But
But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been in complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What?
of course, just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins. After which, they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug.
Let's do this. Quite, and accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes,
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. And so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning.
speaking of meals, hold on, Mr. Shones, I'm gonna get my dinner. 1 second. One
You're
second.
quite large.
Shut up. I'll be back. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Whew. Oh boy, more chicken apparently. Hello.
I
Jones.
see you're going to drug yourself.
Hopefully, I don't taste anything bitter in this chicken.
I do believe I've already read this line.
Okay.
In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning.
They did what?
Ellipsis. You have talked long time and said many things. What is point?
The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night.
But I don't know any of this. I am just a little girl.
You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe.
But isn't there this whole thing called a sailor's tale?
Silence, tiny man. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes.
A laudable trait.
What?
I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo,
Oh, yes.
do you hear it? That accusatory cry of guilt on the wind.
What? Do you hear some... What accusatory cry of guilt? Sorry, you've lost me.
Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction.
What?
What are you talking about?
I believe the time has come.
Not again.
What? No.
Oh,
No!
this is the last one, Pingu. We got it. Mr. Schultz.
Please, for one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth.
Dun, 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 dun,
Food in
dun,
front of me. I
dun,
wanna
dun,
fucking eat,
dun,
man.
dun. Dude, save.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please.
With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes?
Finishing this shit so we can eat, my man. With
uh,
observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, of these two
Can you imagine
Prevaricated.
both of them just carrying a plate while like doing their fucking dances? Like, with a last and final. Observation? Hunger? What? If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened.
Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning.
Alright, I'll see what I can... What? What did he say?
Saucy.
I'll see what I can see. So what we're looking for is a trace of an evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. The hell is this?
Yes!
Cool. Seaman Stroganoff, you seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there.
Eh? Yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from.
So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain?
What are you trying to say?
It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain.
It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganov's uniform. And I think what made it is clear.
Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it.
My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves that the stain on the back of Seaman Stroganov's uniform really is... Good. Okay, I guess it's this. Yes, it's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform.
Ink.
A rather unusual color of ink, purple.
Ah,
Ah, the penny drops at last. Now you see the significance.
The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color.
If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have been stained in your uniform that way. Which means... you must have been present in the cabin, and in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled.
ellipses. All right, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything.
Huh?
I arranged everything in that student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I pressed button to make Buria do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
Biff, please.
Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. It was on duty, patrolling passageway. And our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Biff, please, you must help me.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone. My little one. My little furry friend.
Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. A kitten escaped through ventilator.
Yes, as Mr. Stroganov said, the kid escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin. Then
fuck.
He tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor.
I'm going blind with hunger. Anyway, yes, that is right.
Let's wrap this case up. I think all of us are hungry.
So after the incident with the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor.
She said she was worried then when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's why she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked. So she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you. When Nina opened door... Okay.
I was asking Miss Pavlova. Well, Miss Pavlova? Ah. Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark. He was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand. Then I believe you. So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last?
Ah, something very nearly slipped my mind.
Oh, Mr. Jones?
Oh, God, this photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. Caught in 4K, as it were. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore, the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to have me somewhat unnatural. What do you mean unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo?
Hmm? Oh, well... if Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck. Which part of this photograph print seems unnatural? Bro, why are you clenching your fist, bro? The fuck? At least I think. I don't know. Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. Why was he clenching?
The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago.
You did?
And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please.
Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? Absolutely, but anyway,
What the hell is that?
this is what I found.
Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle.
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty. But what does it tell us?
Oh, it tells us plenty.
It tells us nothing.
I would say that. Not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Boy golly gee willikers, what could this be?
Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key.
What?
The truth is now tantalizingly close.
How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist?
This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe, find the answer with your own eyes.
Sad face. Oh, I gotta feel bad. But I'm sorry. It is you. Come from. Wait, do I have to do this ear or the other ear? She has such petite ears coming from that beautiful hair, like little pink shells. Oh, what's that? Something dangling down from her ear. Yes, that's an earring. Wait, look! It's a crescent moon! There can be no doubt now, surely. Okay, where did it come from? I guess the other ear. Right here? Yes! Okay. Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear. Even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding onto it must have broken, I suppose.
Eh? What?
But looking at your other ear, I noticed a crescent moon.
Ah,
That's a great face.
I don't believe it. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, Kazuma assaulted a little girl. I can't believe it.
Observation, my dear boy.
Yes, it all comes clear now. Miss Pavlova, just Sogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Sogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh no.
Angel?
No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Yet. Wow.
Nyet moment.
Yet moment. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of. Oh wait, this is. Wait, this is Pavlova. Whoops.
Incredible.
But running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship, and then I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible long day. Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back. Kazuma!
Ah, shit, I forgot Kazu's voice. What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
The young man from your country was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again and I was going to leave the man's cabin, Kazuma!
Just a moment. Sorry, but
Oh, yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before.
Ah,
Ah, of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew how I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship?
I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you've run away.
Please, please keep it my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me. Wow. I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. That's when you went to fetch help? From Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway?
I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said,
Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go. So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door.
Yes. I went into cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway. In wardrobe, still sleeping.
Right, that's when you found me. So you worked out the plan to lay the blame on the Stowaway. Yo, nice rhyming, Sasatas.
Very funny.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign.
Luckily for me, that's the only reason Sasatas started to believe me when I said I was innocent.
I drag young man's body to good place and use ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote, can't read that, so that person found him and would look inside wardrobe and find Stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished job.
By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway?
Yes. Accordingly, the SS Burya did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m. Thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locker room mystery.
There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? But... Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homework. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yes. But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? It was what he said at first that made me scared. What he said first?
What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Fucking God, man.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Ah, yes, meaning me. Who's supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I... May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Sogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done it. So... No, he was tough. He was walking over to it. He's going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo. A day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make.
Let it end, Mr. Sholmes. What?
Mr. Naruhodo, my
another-
food is getting very cold.
Another deduction?
God damn it. Yes, what action was the victim really about to take at that moment?
I think I know, Mr. Sholmes. Don't...
Maybe it's opening a certain object. Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed?
Dun, 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 dun.
What was Kazuma looking at? Press,
Hold
consider
on,
the
Mr.
victim-
Sholmes. Let me bop to this tune real quick. This is my Dead Friends theme. Hell yeah. Okay, well, let's...
Theme of friend loss.
First, consider the victim's location within his cabin.
That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin had been my home for this entire voyage. So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama. Yes, it's exactly how it was.
Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes. There's one thing I've learned today. It's that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. Not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze of where it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? Oh boy, golly gee, what is this? Take that. Oh, that's so cool! God, I love that so much. Just a breaking glass in the sound effect. God, I love this game. Considering everything that sorry!
Jesus.
I just fanboy a little bit. Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord.
Yes, however... Oh my god, it's ice fucking cold. Anyway, what is
Dude,
directly beside the bell
I
cord?
have
The
my
wardrobe.
my AC on, dude. My food's hella cold.
I see I'm eating dessert instead of dinner. Anyway, keep going, go ahead.
The wardrobe.
And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Ah. Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Miss Hitsuji's exact words last night? Oh, another opinion.
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter
Or like wardrobe friend, am I right?
to see if, between them, they might be able to help in some way. No doubt.
Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Osogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Miss Pavlova. God, how many times have we said Miss Pavlova in this whole case?
Way too many times.
I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did. That will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really. I'm so sorry. What have I done? Murder! I mean, it's manslaughter at best, but yeah.
She's getting the chair.
And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Borea is finally laid to rest. We did it! We did it! This was a lot longer than I remember. I remember this was the shortest case in this fucking game.
Short, you say? That felt like twice the length of the gun case.
We'll have to Miss Pavlova now then.
Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard.
Oh no! What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her?
Yes. Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out.
Oh boy, thankfully she's not in Russia right now. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't come back to Russia then. Sorry, I didn't mean to go. My bad. Cut the record!
It's called clout, Mr. Naruhodo. Ever heard of it? Of course not. No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's an exile for life.
I see. That sounds rather harsh.
I'm sorry.
Seaman Stroganoff?
I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. You look like a candy cane, but I didn't think about you. About how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police.
I mean, you did technically, what's the word? Assisted? Technically, yeah. I mean, you were, yeah. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. I guess someone else is wearing those metal cuffs. Am I right, Mr. Osanaga?
I'll slap them on your wrist again if I must.
Okay, anyways. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but I've been throwing out absolute bangers this whole case, am I right? Well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you?
Duh. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now.
Finally out of this fucking ship.
We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me. I'm going to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan.
Yes. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different.
It's so cold.
It's so...
So,
We're almost
you should
done.
Get back to your cabin now.
We're almost done. We have like one last scene to go through. I'm
This
terribly sorry, man. Thanks
is
so
so
much for
sad.
helping.
You want to play Risk of Rain after that anyway.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. For compensation. It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. To think that days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we tear up the streets of London. Tear? Yeah. That seems like a distant memory now. Ellipses. Oh. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Kazuma-sama.
What the fuck?
Satsu-san? Are you okay? Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Osanaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. I still can't believe this has happened. Can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Satsu-san. He had such great ideas for his visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. Now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. It's just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruto-san. It's just too much. Yes, I know. Jobs! I think.
I wish there was something I could say.
Nope!
Nah, thanks, man.
Inspector, that's a really good Sholmes impression you did just there.
Why, thank you. I appear to be in the impression mood. My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. I'm also not sure how I have an extra pair of glasses, just in case.
You never
And I
know.
will, and I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder.
Nobody blames you, Inspector. What? And I'm free again now, at least. What the fuck? Not cool, man.
Surprised, Mr. Naruhodo?
Why are you still on this ship? Get out. What's the meaning of this?
Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting.
Sorry?
That sounds very sus. So I decided to restore them for old time's sake. Shall we say, you are stowaway after all.
He thinks this is funny? Oh, come here, Mr. Sholmes. I'll let you feel these milk cuffs, alright? Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's all
Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened.
What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway.
The terms of his study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant.
Was to be? Wait, then I would have need to go back to Japan regardless.
In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death,
What?
I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
Oh no. I don't care for me, but London though. Where's the Sata-san?
My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. It's called crime. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
Aww.
Have some forged documents.
Oh, right. But there's no one else with necessary qualifications, Mr. Schultz. We know of no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but...
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
Yes. Mr. Sato? Yes? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it?
That was so fast. But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruto.
Oh.
Planning to steal my lines, are we?
I'm just in shock that you would say something so horrible, Mr. Hasanaga.
Oh, unless... Are you studying law?
No, I'm not, but...
I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
Cue the montage! Yes, I have a month in which to study. Tomorrow I must become a lawyer in Great Britain. So not only...
Damn, law degrees look really fucking short now for some reason.
Yeah, you know, law degree takes a month to learn all the fucking...
I learned it online.
Come on, if an Asian man can do it, everyone else can do it, right?
That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days?
There's only one way to find out. I'd work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Would you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate.
But why put yourself in such a difficult position?
Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain. That I would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I want to see the London. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Mrs. Sato? Oh, my heart. I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you. Got the music and skip.
So, what does our bespectacled Inspector friend say? Are you serious?
Oh, I'm Sholmes, my dear Inspector.
And don't call me Shirley.
Uh,
One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No. It's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? I can't hear myself over the music. I will lower it.
oh shit.
Fascinating? It's fine. Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we are all abhor. Give us interest. Give us fascination.
Wait, did you tune up the volume of the stream? Like the stream
No,
on the...
on the volume on the Discord.
Oh, right.
Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No. And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes.
I've only seen him dance like a moron with your stupid deductions.
From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt,
Thanks.
this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to award my report. Or to the Department of Justice.
Inspector.
After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report.
Really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? I would be delighted to help. I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you. I can't say thank you. And Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure?
Take this lethal weapon.
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. But I don't know about that one. Its name is Kurama. It's a great sword that's been in the Sogi clan for generations.
That's the nine-tailed fox.
Kurama? Really? Oh.
It's written as Karuma, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, did I read that wrong? Oh. Whoopsie. Sorry, all this Russian has been making my Japanese a bit rusty. Very well. I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Mrs. Sato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shall grant you a single minute of freedom. What?
What?
We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. What was that about? Moment of freedom? What? But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask you two. Goodness, what is it? Please throw me to the ground. What? 3 times. What? What?
What?
What? Whoa. I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course, don't play this music. This doesn't sound right. Of course, you had never done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious from me to the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. No matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away in the cabin door. No, I would let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I never would have thrown you and not just once, but 5 times. How come I can only throw you 3 times? That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me to... Tony!
This is sounding very sus.
Don't even think about it. Sholmes, I don't know. Help! No.
Not good for you, my dear boy.
I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Oh yeah,
Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one requires without considerable training.
Wasn't Kazuma pushed in this very room and died, Sato-san? I don't know if we should be pushing people in this exact cabin.
It'll be fine.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, I forgot you were here. Please give us some privacy.
Jesus, I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed.
Jeez. When did he see that? Why are you still here?
I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique. Apparently, it's called the Susato takedown. Leaves her head swimming, believe me. And I don't even need the chicken for that one.
How beguiling.
Oh, that's how you say that.
Fuck. I hate this animation loop. I am a practitioner of the competitive arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer.
Mr.
That
Sholmes,
means I know no throwing techniques, but don't worry about
watch
that.
where you're throwing your punches, please. You're barely missing my head. There he goes, dancing around again.
I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Of course. Oh, okay, cool. Are you ready, Mr. Naruto? Sorry? Hiya! Okay, cool.
Dead.
I guess last one for the road. As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh yes. Arresting indeed. That is what you term the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no, that was a Sato squash. My life is misery. Help! Kazuma, take my place. In my groggy state of consciousness. A scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Oh boy, gee, golly willikers. Karuma? Karuma? What? How do I Japanese again?
That's right. It's a prized soul that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan.
Can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely.
Downright criminal, actually. Jesus Christ. A Japanese man and sword is his soul, Rinosuke. I can't be parted from my katana.
I think the law can do something about that.
Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. Guides me to my grave.
So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling.
On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see through it then with you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Let me have my Japanese stereotype.
Boy meets boy.
Yo, that important thing he had to do. I still don't know what it was. What that was. At least he's dead now. All the fangirls can shut up.
Finally, inner peace.
But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. We're going to the British country!
Is it over?
Yay!
Can I
It's
shove food in
over.
my face?
It's
Yes, okay.
finally over.
Alright.
Take your first scoop of food. You've earned it, man. Ah, what an adventure. We've did it. We've done it. It is done.
Oh my god, it's colder than Kazuma's gravestone.
Oh boy, chicken! I sure hope I don't taste anything better in here. Ah, yes. The runaway route. That's for Monday, gamers. Pinku, is that okay? Monday?
Wait.
That's 2 days from now.
I think that's fine.
Okay, I'll still ask just in case. So yeah, that was. I thought that went a lot longer than I was really expecting. I thought this was gonna be over like real quick.
Is that so?
Whoops. But yes, that is it for today, gamers. Ace Attorney. Stuff. I don't know. Fuck. How do I do outros? So yeah, next stream is gonna be on Monday. This whole thing was like really fun. My throat is sore. Pingu, thank you again so much for helping. Being a gamer about it. Fuck, we should probably discuss about voices next time. Like,
The
Properly-
hardest working man in the industry, perhaps. Anyway,
yeah, yeah. I don't remember the characters for the next case. Is it really no spoilers? We won't talk about it on this stream. We'll talk about it next time.
we'll talk about it in the workshop.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. No spoilers here. No spoilers. So yeah, that's it for the second case. Lots of funny bits, lots of confusing bits, but at least it's not as contradictory as the gun case. I don't know, Pingu. Did you notice anything that seemed off? That was like a main point.
Nothing that would not be easily explained by anime logic.
I mean, at least like most of them still made sense. Like the whole lock being thing. It's just like some of the way they explain it is weird. I feel like trying to explain that it was actually Pavlova in the room is kind of like sure earring, but I feel like it's weird. It's weird. I guess
It's all
this,
fun.
yeah. I guess that's pretty much how detective things work. It's just like, huh, what's a funny twist that we can explain that this character was actually the criminal this whole time, or the perpetrator.
It was me, anyway.
What? But yeah, that's about it for today. I'll try to upload part 3 VOD ASAP because I have to fucking render that shit together because it got cut off. But at least this one won't. So thanks for that. Yeah, join my Discord. Exclamation Discord, join my Discord. You get funny announcement when I stream. Follow me on Twitter. Pingu doesn't have anything, so you can't follow him. You can only watch him on my stream. So watch my stream if you want more of Pingu.
I'm exclusive content.
But yes. Yeah, that's about it. Penguins can gets the handcuffs down. Follow me on Twitch so Pingu can get fed every night.
What?
What? No, yeah, that's it for today's stream. Bye!